A patent is just one example of something called intellectual property, and that can sound quite abstract. But actually, if we look at something like the mobile phone that's in our pocket, then the name of that can be protected by a trademark, the look can be protected by a design, the music and films and games that we find inside the phone can be protected by copyright, and the patent protects the technical aspects of the phone. So, for example, how the processor works, how we can have a smaller processor, a faster processor, or perhaps how the resolution of the screen can be improved. So the patent protects the technical aspects of an invention. It's a legal document. If you have one, it shows that you have ownership of that particular invention. It's like the registration documents we have of our car or the land that we own. If you have a patent, you can go to court to stop others from making, selling, exporting or importing that invention. Because of that, patents can actually be a valuable source of revenue. You might choose to produce the invention yourself and then sell it to the customers and stop your competitors selling that product. Or you might choose to give your permission to others to use the invention in their product in return for them paying you a fee. You could also choose to sell the patent. As I said, it's just like any other piece of property, but it only lasts for up to 20 years. After that, the technology in the invention becomes free for anyone else to use. So why do we need a patent system? Well, coming up with a solution to a problem can take a lot of time and also a lot of money. It might take you many years of trial and error to find the right answer, but copying that solution is often easy and cheap. A patent gives the inventor the opportunity to prevent others from copying the invention for a limited period of time. That gives them the chance to try and benefit from the effort they put in to solving the problem, and it also encourages them to find new solutions to new and different problems. In return, the inventor has to fully describe their invention so that someone who has the relevant technical knowledge could reproduce it. As such, patents are a very valuable source of knowledge for people researching in a particular area of technology. They can see what others have done before and look to build on their ideas and inventions. All this information is freely available, for example, on our website on the Espacenet database. Patents cover all fields of technology, from toys and games and bicycles to technology we might find in our car, or the example I gave of a mobile phone. We also have technology that might help prevent, diagnose or treat a disease. Patents can help make a safer, smarter, more sustainable and healthier world. But to get a patent, the invention must meet certain tests. So first of all, it must be new. So what does that mean? The invention must not have been disclosed anywhere to anyone, so not found in any technical papers, any scientific or university documents, or a previous patent or a previous product. The second test is that it must not be obvious to someone who is an expert in that area. So if they look at the problem, they must think, that's new, I hadn't thought of that. I would never have thought that that would have been the result. The third test is quite an easy test to meet. It's one that it must be capable of being used in industry or agriculture. I think it's probably good if I give two, because it shows the breadth of what can be covered by patenting. I'll use two Dutch inventors who have actually won the European Inventor of the Year award. The first one, Laura van 't Veer, she developed a genetic test for breast cancer that enabled a really specific treatment, specific to the individual woman, to be developed and then obviously given to the patient. The second would be Rick Brewer. He developed an anti-fouling fibre wrap for use on boats. This replaced the very toxic paint which is sometimes used on the bottom of boats to stop fouling. Not only did it obviously save the environment by not using the toxic paint, but it also reduced the fuel costs for the vessels. Inventors come from all walks of life, all fields of technology. Anyone can have an invention, anyone can have an idea and then apply for a patent granted by the EPO. It can include companies, universities, and also individuals. To celebrate the great contribution of inventors to improving our lives, the EPO created the European Inventor Award. It's an annual competition to honour outstanding inventors in all fields of technology for their commitment to innovation. The EPO is an international organisation. We have 38 member states. That's all the EU member states and some other countries such as Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, the UK and Turkey. We have around 6,600 staff who work in The Hague, Munich, Berlin, Vienna and also Brussels. Our task is to examine whether an application for a European patent meets the criteria set out in the European Patent Convention. These patents can be valid in up to 44 countries, so that's all the member states plus a number of other countries. This means that the patent granted by the EPO could cover a market of some 700 million people. At our office in Rijswijk, the European Patent Office employs some 2,600 people, which makes it a very important part of the culture here in the Netherlands. About 2/3 of our staff are scientists and engineers with a university degree. They work as patent examiners. They are highly specialised in their area of technology. Their task is to check whether a European patent application can be granted for an invention. Patent examiners first check whether the invention is new. They have access to a database of over 1.3 billion records, and they check the invention against that database to see whether it's been disclosed anywhere else in the world ever before. They then check the other criteria for patenting, for example, whether the patent is novel. For example, in 2019, we received over 180,000 patent applications. Our staff in the Netherlands come from over 33 different countries, with many of them speaking all three of our official languages, English, French and German fluently. And of course, many of them are Dutch, and also others can also speak Dutch. As with many other European institutions, the European Patent Office was established to contribute to a peaceful and prosperous Europe, based on encouraging, rewarding and protecting new ideas that can improve our world and also contribute to economic success. With the creation of the International Patent Institute in 1947 in The Hague, the foundation was set for the European patent system as we know it today. The European Patent Office is a model for success in the cooperation between European states. Granting legally strong, high-quality patents really helps inspire technical progress and improves our world. We're also involved in sharing knowledge, offering free access to more than 100 million patents from all over the world on our public website. We also publish studies on the technical developments of specific technologies. For example, we recently published one on the storage of electricity and battery technologies. We also look to do what we can ourselves by implementing sustainability in our buildings, such as our new building in Rijswijk, and in our daily office life by trying to cut down on CO2 emissions and by cutting down on the use of paper. The Hague is a beautiful and vibrant city. As the adverts say, you get the city and beach life all in one. The city feels incredibly safe and welcoming. I particularly like the fact that there are still so many small shops in the city centre. I found everyone to be very welcoming and very friendly. Everything is extremely well run. We've joined a local hockey club and a tennis club and started to integrate into Dutch life. But I really hope that I will be experiencing a Dutch New Year and a Dutch King's Day soon. My family really love the Netherlands. There is so much countryside to explore and so close to the city. You also have the beautiful towns and cities within easy reach, Utrecht, Gouda, Delft. My son loves hockey, so we couldn't really live in a better place. I really like the city centre of The Hague. It's a great mix of shops, bars, restaurants, and places to sit outside. We're very proud to form a part of the community of international organisations in The Hague, and even to be its oldest member. We have a keen sense of our place in the local community of the Haaglandan region, and we are committed to building on the existing strong partnerships we have with the local, regional and national Dutch authorities. We continue to invest in and develop our site in Rijswijk, and the landscaping around our new building should be completed by the middle of next year.